table with a bowl of Apple Jacks, and he beat the back of the cereal, and in between.
I don't think you want to get rich.
This week on NBA 2K TV,
we break down the 2K Prime Road to the Finals results, take you behind the scenes at all the All-Star events.
She don't miss.
Vote on your top plays of the week, and hang with Andrew Wiggins in his hometown.
Everyone always dreams of having their logo on their shoes and seeing my friends and little kids with it. You know, that's something you dream of.
Tune in now.
Can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that. Don't know how I feel to can't afford like that. Off deck. Right back, had to get it out the mud. We took. Now they tell me do it for the love. Gotta do it just because. Got this ballin' in my blood. Think I came this far to shoot dubs. I don't think you try to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really. You don't. I don't think you want. Now you ain't got what it.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Taking a look at the 76ers, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's miss.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Atlanta Hawks come into town in this game. The 76ers hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. And, of course, Thiago Splitter need to find a way to overcome what he brought to this team.
You know, what the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their younger players are ready to spread their wings and take on a little more responsibility. They're going to get more minutes for those guys and allow them to see a little more playing time.
Clearly a forward-thinking deal, you know, and even if his aren't the biggest shoes to fill, it still puts a lot of pressure on your young guys, and let's see if they're ready to fill that void.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap, the power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3 slot.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Korver kicks to Millsap. Goes back up, and Horford with the lay-in.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Embiid dishes to Okafor. Good work defensively by Millsap. And it's the Hawks' ball. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Stauskas' shot is off.
A bit of a slow start to the career of Nick Stauskas. Was a highly touted rookie a year ago, but had a hard time finding minutes early on last year. That will change as he becomes more experienced. Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And last season, Clark Stauskas' minutes grew with his play. At the end of the season, he was a big rotation guy.
Yeah, and it wasn't just his scoring. Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Millsap a screen. Teague drives in, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Good. Covington's got his first basket. Here's Teague. 14 points from him the last game against Dallas. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here's Cephalosha for three. Shot is off. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and causing a lot of turnovers, Greg, as you well know, means cashing in on those opportunities, which really can put a team in a bad way in a hurry.
And Okafor with the block. But they recover it. Teague the pass to Cephalosha. Korver attacking. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
To the right side. Okafor in the post, guarded by Horford. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Both free throws good from Okafor. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 3 seconds left, and Okafor with the block. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Hawks lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Channing Frye. Kent Bazemore is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Mack in at the shooting guard position. Scott can't get it to go. And Mike Scott, a former second-round draft pick who has carved out a role here in the NBA the last 2 seasons, Clark. He was a major contributor off the bench.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tweener, you know, not big enough to maintain position down low on a consistent basis and not quick enough to really be a 3-man or small forward. But what he can do is get to the basket, rebound okay, and knock down the deep shot.
Now Schroeder. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Roten kicks to Okafor. Landry trying to get open. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Okafor's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
And the Hawks making it. Change here. Al Horford is checked in for Fry. Millsap comes in for Scott. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Teague in for Matt. There's the bucket. Good.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Here's Okafor. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Millsap misses. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clarkie won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
And Teague, here we go, on the mark with the 15-footer. Teague's got 6 points.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Stauskas dishes to Okafor. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And what a tremendous game for Okafor. 10 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed him.
Atlanta making a switch here. Korver's checked in. Both free throws good from Okafor.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Out to the wing. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Teague with the ball. He's got 6. Launches it. And that one's good. Teague's got 9. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half. And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here. Here's Roten. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
That's a nice way to end the half. The big three to take the lead as we go to the break.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Philadelphia ahead. They lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks.
Their defense is getting flat out embarrassed. Embarrassed, however you say it, Ernie. I realized they had to deal with a team who was red hot.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You know, Jahlil Okafor has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about his scoring in that first half? He just looked like a different player today, really on point.
Quite honestly, it's been a pleasant surprise for him. You know, he really hit on something that worked in those first 2 quarters, guys.
We've got Robert Covington, Joel Embiid out there with Okafor, and it's Stauskas in at the 2 guard. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks. I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Right side, Millsap. And he gets it to go. Millsap's got his first bucket of the night.
Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim. Those are chances almost always you can rely on. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Atlanta calls timeout.
Nick Stauskas had some great moments on the court last season, guys, but perhaps his most memorable contribution was his nickname of Sauce Castillo. Came out of nowhere, but it stuck with him, and he's going with it. I'd love to hear the story behind that.
Kendall Marshall's checked in for Philadelphia. Then for the Hawks, Mack comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. And it's Schroeder in the corner. He kicks to Cephalosha. The dish to Mack. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. That's good. Millsap's got 4 points in the quarter. Well, Clark, as you were talking about Nick Stauskas, he earned the name Sauce Castillo last year. Came about when a bad translation on a Kings game referred to him as that name in closed caption.
And guys, credit to Stauskas because he ran with it, made the most of the opportunity, even launched his own Sauce Castillo hot sauce. And I can't attest to if the sauce is any good, Kevin, but I'm still waiting for a taste test.
I am too. Put it on what? You put on bread and crackers and
hamburgers.
Hamburgers. Okay, we'll try it. We'll try it. Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Channing Frye's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Thabo Sefolosha. The 76ers trail by 3. Here's Covington. Mack grabs the miss.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Big bucket.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Stauskas kicks to Okafor. Here's the 3. Stauskas' shot is off. Atlanta leading by 5. Can't hit from in close.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on the swing to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. And the pass to Matt. It's up a 3. Can't get it to go. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
And, you know, as you said, Greg, when you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
Here's Stauskas. No good trying to beat the buzzer. 3 quarters of play. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. The 76ers trail by 3. 4th quarter on the court for the Hawks. Horford is out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Teague. Then there's Paul Millsap.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
Now here's Schroeder. Passes to Frye. Outside Teague. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Embiid. Here's Stauskas. He's guarded by Schroeder. It's stolen by Schroeder. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Rebound by Marshall.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Millsap passes to Horford, and he gets the bucket. And the Hawks lead by 3. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Sefolosha comes in for Channing Frye. And it's Korver in for Dennis Schroeder. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Marshall dishes to Embiid, and he slams it one-handed.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're in front by 3. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And Teague, here we go. Feeds it to Korver. Here's Millsap. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
That's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Stauskas kicks to Okafor. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And now just a 1-point Hawks lead. The Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Horford, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And it's 8 points for Al Horford.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
The feed to Stauskas. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here we go. Teague heading to the hoop. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Teague. 10 points and 5 assists.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that one's good. Millsap.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Here's Marshall. And here's Stauskas from the arc. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. There's the 3. It's good. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game. Seven-second difference, shot and game clock. It's good. This game is all even.
It's been a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range. He's in a groove, and that tray of his has just been deadly.
Atlanta calls timeout. Teague, the pass to Korver. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And that's a foul called on Nick Stauskas. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. He sinks the clutch free throw. And so he drops them both. It's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're behind by 2. 11 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice? situation like this work?
Well, I don't think he set that decision in stone and anchoring in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good three with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Here's Okafor. Money!
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does pay the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never.
My college got canceled Friday. My college is
been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Time expires and we're going to overtime. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
Now going back.
Extra time just about to get started here with the jump ball coming up. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Hawks, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Thabo Sefolosha. Then there's Channing Frye, and it's Horford in at the 5 down low. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 2-point
I am
ball.
playing Madden.
Extreme confidence at the line. That's how you win close ones.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 1:51 left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Here's Korver. Rebound by Stauskas. Stauskas has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. This is to Embiid. Pass to Stauskas. It's tipped and stolen by Horford. Here's Schroeder. Sefolosha kicks the Frye. Pass to Korver. Here's Horford. They grab their own miss. Tries yet again. Knocks it loose.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board. And his length doesn't hurt either.
Stauskas. It's hauled in by Frye. For Atlanta, they've gotten off to a rough start here in overtime. Missing 4 consecutive to start the period. Schroeder kicks to Korver. Shot, high post. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Kicks it to Stauskas. Money!
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Schroeder kicks the Frye. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. Cole Millsap is checked in for the Hawks. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.